First of all, please ignore how disheveled I look. It's been a crazy day, a few days, couple of weeks. So here I am in London again. Literally the last time I like properly vlogged was when I was in London for my interview. To this date, it is exactly 2 weeks later and I am up in London now for my visa appointment. What the heck? So it's been a very long, very tiring day, but I thought I'd kind of try and do a visa vlog. I've not vlogged anything today. I have been out and about, a little bit around my suitcase, might I add. So I'm going to show you things that I got. So I just pulled up the blind. This room is so nice. I'll give you like hotel details at the end. So first thing, I literally got off the coach and I went, I'm going to the Disney store now. So went there. I picked up this pin. Look at how cute that is. I don't really know if it's being sold in the Disney stores. I don't know. Like in Disney World, but it's so cute and it's got 2026 written on it, so perfect, because I have the London pin and I don't think that one had the date, and I love it when things have the date on. I love it. And then I went into Selfridges and bought 2 pin blind boxes, because why wouldn't I? I did get Moana. Now last time I was here I got Moana as well, so that one is going to be a trader for when I go to Disney, so I'll just add that to my pin collection. Then I got Milan, so I actually have Princess Tiana now, 2 Moana ones now and a Milan one, so I'm actually kind of gassed about that. And then as I was going to pay, I saw these blind boxes. Now I don't ever buy blind boxes unless I like everything in there. So I'm not going to buy a blind box if there's like one thing that I'm like, ugh. Just because if I get that one thing and it's not something I can trade, like pins are a bit different, but things like keychains, I'm like, okay, but if I don't like it's that Harry Potter one, if I get something like this and it's like all the Harry Potter bags, if I get like the Slytherin bag, what am I doing with that because I'm a Hufflepuff? Do you know what I mean? It's just little things like that. But I bought this. It was a cast member, like uniform blind bag, and I had to get it because I'm here to be a cast member, and I got a Star Tours one, so I am gonna try my hardest to go back there tomorrow and pick up 2 more, because I would love to get 2 different ones and bring them to Disney with me. So fingers crossed, but that's if I've got time. So let me talk about my visa a bit more. Also, please ignore how I sound right now. I don't know if I sound any different, but I'm ill. I've come down with a cold, and I think it's just from the stress of filling out so many forms and trying to get here, there and everywhere. So I think it's getting to me now. But negativity aside, so let me grab my documents, 2 secs. Here's my folder. I have printed off every form I've been sent by Disney. The only thing I've not got printed off is my DBS certificate, because I only recently did that literally the other day, so I have no way to print it off. But things that I've printed off to bring with me to my visa, first of all, passport. Do not forget this. This is like the one thing that I was like, do not forget your passport, Tiana, I swear to God. And then I have on the DS160 form at the end, it's like you have to add a photo. Every single photo that I tried to add just wasn't working. It was just saying that like it wasn't right, so I had to go to a photo booth. It was just in my local supermarket, and I don't know, took some photos. So I've got those. I also have my Walt Disney World job offer letter in here, because it is advised by Yummy Jobs to bring this with you. And then you get sent an I-797, which is just something you need to also apply for the visa, because you need the receipt number that's in the top left corner. I had to think then, that was bad. But yeah, so you need that number and you need that form. And then you also will need your DS160. Your DS160 and your I-797 are like the 2 most important forms, because they are the forms that you hand over to the visa people, as far as I'm aware. Obviously I'll let you know a bit more tomorrow, because I've got my appointment tomorrow at 9 AM, so hooray. And then I've got my after you fill out your like visa thing, you get sent like a confirmation letter where it has like 2 QR codes. I say not QR codes, what they're called, where you get 2 barcodes, your DS160 number barcode and my passport number barcode. So obviously I won't show them because it has that information on, and I need that information unfortunately. And then I've got a bank statement just to prove that I have enough money. So what I did is I had all my money in my savings. I've just transferred it all into my main bank account. I'm hoping they don't ask for it, and I only say that because it went from like having not much money to having like a lot of money. So it's like I don't want them to look at that and think that's suspicious, like no visa for you. So a little bit nervous about that. And then I also have so a lot of people kind of said to have a reason that you're going to be coming back to the UK. So some people, because you can't book flights a year ahead, which is like to return back to the UK, so you can't really use that. At least I'm sure that's how it is. I don't really know. I've not booked flights yet. I'm not booking them until this is done. But so I got my work to basically write me out a letter to say that I have reason to come back to the UK because I've got prior commitments in terms of like my job. The sounds of London. And then I've also printed off just my dorms account, so how much money I've paid for dorms to prove that I actually have got accommodation when I'm out there. What else have I printed off? I think that might be it. And I've just printed off my DBS check, like confirmation to say that it's gone through. So that's what I've brought with me in case anybody else was curious. Obviously, if my visa gets refused tomorrow, take this with a grain of salt. But yeah, so I've got my folder. I'm gonna rock up to my my visa appointment with that. And yeah, I can't flip the camera out to show you the room, but just know that it's very nice. Because it's like the lights are flashing and I don't want flashing lights on the screen. So, but yeah, she's a very cute room. Very happy with it. I'm gonna leave here tomorrow at around 7:30 just to make sure that I give myself plenty of time to get there. I'm also gonna look at getting a bus to Vauxhall because where I am, it's like a 20-minute walk to 9 Elm Station. And then from 9 Elm Station, I think it's like a 5-10 minute walk to the embassy. So I'm gonna see if I can get a bus from here to Vauxhall in the morning, because I don't really want to get an Uber because they're scary, but if it comes to it, I will do it just because I want to make sure that I'm there. I don't want to be late. So I'm gonna try leave here tomorrow for 7:30. Then that gives me, what, an hour and 30 minutes, I think. Yeah, an hour and 30 minutes to sit in a cafe of some form and relax, and then that's when I'll probably pick this back up and show you guys where I am, show you guys what I'm doing. But for now I'm just gonna sit in my room. It's lovely weather outside, but I'm not gonna leave the room now. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Okay, I realised I never updated you guys after my visa appointment, but I can proudly say that my visa got approved, and I'm just going to take the second now just to kind of give you guys an overview on what I had to do by giving you step-by-step guides on what I had to do and what my process was like. So yeah. Now, when I got there were 2 lines, which I would have shown in a previous clip, that were very long, very daunting. But one of the lines were for check-in, the other line was for security. So the left-hand line was the check-in line. You hand over your DS160 and your passport, and somebody just kind of gives you a time written on it and a signature to say when you join the security line. Because I got there so early, had to come back at 8:30, which was literally only a 20-minute wait until I joined the security line. and then you go through security. It's very much like airport security. You take off your jackets, your bags, and then you go through to the main US Embassy building. And then once you're in the main building, you get greeted with these 2 women on front desk, and they just kind of look at your DS-160 form, look at your passport, and tell you to go up in the elevator to level 1. And then once you're up to level 1, you'll have so many signs and so many people telling you where to go. Obviously, the first stage you're going to want to go to is stage 1, in which you join another line, and it's kind of like a post office where you've got the plastic screen covering you and the person interviewing you. You hand over your DS-160 form, your I-797 and your passport, in which they kind of just ask you what you're doing, where you'll be, and that was kind of it. That was all my gentleman asked me. And then you go over to stage 2, join yet another line, and then you just give them your fingerprints. It's very simple. You hand over your passport as well for that part, but you just do your fingerprints, move on to stage 3, which is the interview. And again, this would normally be in front of just a plastic screen like a post office, but instead I was taken to a private booth, which was so daunting. But a private booth is basically the exact same thing. It's not private, the door is wide open and everybody can hear your conversation. But I handed over my passport, my DS-160 and my I-797, and then the woman was just kind of asking me questions like where I was working, who I was working for, what I'd be doing, how much experience I have in that field. And then I'm pretty sure the only other question she asked me unrelated to Disney was if my social media was public. So please, into your visa appointment with your social media being public. It saves so much time. And I didn't make my social media private again until my visa was approved. And speaking about that, originally my visa actually got rejected. She handed me a letter, but she took my passport away, so it gave me the indication it had been approved. But it just got rejected because they needed to do more background checks. And literally the next day I logged into my account on the visa form online and it said approved. So yeah, and then within maybe 5 days my passport was in my hands with my visa inside. So I'm really hoping that all of this information was useful. Any questions, then just let me know.